You know what's cool? Every day I go and read the comments on the latest YouTube video after it's been posted, maybe after an hour, maybe after 2 hours, and I sit on my couch or I sit in a chair or I sit on the toilet and I scroll through. And amidst all the comments about the actual video, comments about their accounts, comments about, you know, other things related to the video or the things that are happening in Marvel Future Fight or possibly just other things in Marvel games, I always see these comments nowadays, you know, do this, bench press that, touch this, drink that, cut this, do that, and so on and so forth. So I decided I would make one of your wishes come true. This is not necessarily an encouragement for everyone else that may be doing these sorts of things, and you know who you are, but I also want to say that I appreciate you commenting on the videos. I appreciate your dedication to commenting on every single one. I'm assuming that you're watching the video if you're commenting on it every single day, but even if you're not, thank you for being so hilarious and giving me a laugh pretty much every day. So this is an apple turnover from this place called Brioche Dorée. And it's a French bakery cafe in Toronto. We're gonna taste this and we're gonna give it a bite, see what it's like. Oh, it's got a lot of flaky stuff on the outside. And you can see there on the inside, there's a lot of apple. Let's push some of that apple out. It's pretty much pureed apple, so we don't get those nice big juicy chunky apple bits, but the apple's fresh. It tastes quite good. It tastes kind of like applesauce. If you're ever a kid, or when you were a kid and your mom would buy the applesauce for lunch, and you'd peel back the little foil on the top and you scoop it out, and the kids would make fun of you, be like, Alex, why do you have applesauce? Dumbass. Where's your Dunkaroos? I'd start crying. I don't have Dunkaroos. My mom just wanted me to get diabetes. Well, Mom, it's too late. So, hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to talk about Marvel's 80th anniversary announcements that happened in the Philippines, in Manila, at a mall. Danny Koo, one of the senior producers over at Marvel Games, along with Bill Roseman, was there on hand, and he was showing off all of the latest updates for all of the Marvel games. You know, Puzzle Quest, Contest of Champions, Future Fight, Strike Force, possibly Battle Lines. They're also showing off some cool stuff for Marvel Super War. And on top of showing the Wave Namor Silver Surfer video, they also showed this video at the end that I'm about to show you. Now, this was obtained through Facebook. This is not my video, and it's extremely low resolution, so I apologize in advance for it being so low res, but there's nothing I can do about it. But if you look pretty closely, if you have decent vision, you'll be able to tell what's going on. So this is him announcing it, and then the video cuts over to what's going on. So, as you can see, this is basically the sneak peek for a new update, which is very, very cool. So I want to pause it right here and talk about a couple of different things. So there's quite a bit actually to unpack from this one sneak peek, and I do think that this one sneak peek is going to be revealed to us soon. But just so that we're clear, what you're seeing here is there's some sort of destroyed city. And when the city is first shown, there's also a sort of purple dragon here in the corner, in the middle, and then slowly these sentinels appear one by one. They're not already there. They appear, they kind of teleport in, and then the scene shifts into a room. And the room looks like it has some sort of, oh, this is the end? Darn, we gotta go back to the beginning. The room shifts to some sort of padded interior where you're kind of indoors somewhere, which is this one right here. And then it also shifts one more time to this room with a bunch of windows. So, what does this mean? Well, it's pretty obvious if you are a hardcore comic book fan that this is an X-Men themed update. Now, what exactly we're going to get from this update, it's hard to say, but there's a lot to potentially speculate on. So that's exactly what we're about to do, baby. So this little purple dragon thing in the middle is LOCKHEED. And LOCKHEED is the dragon. It's not an alien. It's not a dragon. It's an alien, but it looks like a dragon, and it is the sort of pet friend of Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat. So this would imply that Kitty Pryde is coming to Marvel Future Fight as a new playable character. That's really, really cool. Additionally, although, again, there's nothing to substantiate the idea, it's just speculation, the fact that we see that middle room that has all that padding, that is pretty much without a doubt the danger room. And that would support the idea that the room keeps changing, but Lockheed is just kind of flying there because Lockheed can't teleport, and Kitty Pryde can't technically teleport, like just instantaneously poof around. That would be more of a Nightcrawler or a Voyager type ability, or possibly someone else. But yeah, it's not a power that she has. And so the room changing and the Sentinels kind of teleporting in one at a time looks so much like that classic 90s X-Men TV show, the animated show, where, you know, turn on the danger room, you know, level 3, and then Beast would press the buttons and Cyclops would be there, and it would, you know, it would show the Savage Lands, and then the Sentinels would appear, and he would start destroying them and attacking them and whatever. I mean, as a child, did I imitate that from the you know, the comfort of my own home? Yeah, maybe. So yeah, it definitely looks like the danger room. What does that mean for Marvel Future Fight? I don't know. As far as the community is concerned, and as far as the devs are concerned, when they consider the community has been begging for a danger room themed game mode for a long time. Whether it is just an upgrade of the preview skill game mode, it's not really a game mode, but whether it's an upgrade of this to turn it into the danger room, to allow you to simulate fights, to allow you to see damage numbers, because that's one of the biggest criticisms of this is just like a wardrobe changing room. This does give you a nice indication of the AoE of skills and the iframes, but you don't know what the damage numbers are, so you don't know what the hell, like, how many hits is that? Well, you know how many hits, but how much damage does that do? And so on and so forth. So it could just be an upgrade. I mean, it could be nothing. The danger room thing could be nothing. It could just be for the sneak peek. It could be an upgrade of the preview skill, or it could be a brand new game mode. I would personally love it if it was a brand new game mode. We still need like 1 or 2 really good game modes in addition to reworking some of the existing game modes like Villain Siege and Timeline Battle and Alliance Conquest. We know, and Netmarble needs to be reminded and know that we still need those, but we'll have to wait and see. However, rewinding back now to Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat. If we know she's coming into the game, what else can we expect? So if you look at Kitty Pryde, if you look at Shadowcat, she's been in a lot. There's been a lot of different runs that have included her. Most recently, and kind of related to the X-Men Red, X-Men Blue that we've seen, you know, Jean Grey and Storm got their X-Men Red looks. You can see right there it says X-Men Red. There's a possibility that we were going to get the Kitty Pryde from X-Men Gold. Now, X-Men Gold finished, I believe, in the end of 2018, so it's kind of a dated run now. It's almost a year old, but it's a very cool run, and there's a possibility for quite a few characters and quite a few uniforms. So let's go through now and talk about exactly what we can expect from the X-Men Gold run. So in the X-Men Gold run, Kitty Pryde assumes leadership from Storm, and she sort of takes over the X-Men, and she forms a team with Colossus, Nightcrawler, who look very similar to how they look now in the game, so I don't think they would get uniforms necessarily, but it's always possible. And then Wolverine, who looks like Old Man Logan, or he is Logan, which means we could technically get a Wolverine uniform, but I kind of doubt it. And then Storm is there as well. Again, I don't think she's going to get another uniform so soon. And then Rachel Summers is there, and she's known as Prestige. She's a pretty powerful character, but she could be introduced into a game as a new blast type. Additionally, some other teammates that kind of get thrown in and kind of folded into the team as things move along. We've got Armor, Inc., Magma, who are sort of like C-list or B-list X-Men. Armor has this really cool, like, psionic red armor. I know, the name's Armor. She makes armor. Basically, she makes like the psionic armor that protects her and gives her super strength and durability and all this stuff. And looks really cool. Inc. is kind of dumb and honestly, well, okay. And I think he wouldn't be a good character in Marvel Future Fight, but basically he has a bunch of tattoos on his body, and each tattoo gives him different powers. So the wings tattooed on his back allow him to fly. Yeah. It's one of the less inspired characters in Marvel history. Magma is another character. She is a lot cooler, and she connects sort of connects in a way to another character that we could possibly get. She has sort of like tectonic, seismic abilities, so she's kind of like Quake, where she can create like earthquakes, but she can also create lava and magma and sort of those sort of nature-themed or nature-centric powers. But then we could also see some villains, which is really, really nice, and this is what gives me hope for the update. We could be seeing a villain like Pyro, which is super cool, because I love Pyro. I think he's really great, and it'd be cool to see sort of like a Pyro Iceman type thing. And then we could possibly see, because they have some limited interactions in X-Men Gold, Omega Red, who I've loved for a long time, and I would love to see him duke it out with Wolverine, and Avalanche. So there is quite a nice gamut of different characters that we could get from X-Men Gold if they are choosing X-Men Gold. If not, I honestly don't know where they could go with this. The really good thing specifically about X-Men Gold is it can also feature level 70 and new uniforms for 2 of the 3. We can't quite hit 3 out of 3, but the hopeful thing for X-Men Gold is that 2 out of the 3 characters that still need their level 60, Cyclops, Magik, and Rogue, in this case Magik and Rogue, are both featured in X-Men Gold. Now Magik looks pretty similar to this, so again, she could get a uniform, but she might not, but she'll at least get level 70, gear 25. And then Rogue, this uniform is hideous as hell. Pretty much everybody hates it. And Rogue could absolutely get that new uniform. It's green, it's got the hood, it's very cool, it's very unique. And on top of that, you could see a uniform for her love interest, Gambit. And Gambit also sports a pretty unique look, quite different from this one, I would say, in that comic run in X-Men Gold. Now, Gambit doesn't necessarily need the uniform, whereas Rogue and Magik desperately need it. And although Cyclops has had multiple uniforms, he also needs a uniform, even though he doesn't feature, I think, at all in X-Men Gold. But yeah, Cyclops also needs his gear 25, level 70, and possibly a new uniform. And then beyond that, I mean, Iceman, I guess, could get a uniform, but it's way too soon for that. So there's a bit of a mix. You know, I don't think Wolverine's going to get a uniform. I don't think Storm's going to get a uniform, or Colossus or Nightcrawler, because they've all gotten uniforms this year except for Colossus. On the other hand, Rogue and Magik definitely and desperately need them. Cyclops is not featured, but he could absolutely get one. And then the new characters, you know, Armor's a good possibility. Pyro, Omega Red, and Avalanche would be amazing. And then, obviously, Kitty Pryde herself, and then possibly Prestige. As far as tier 3s go, because I think that's another cool thing that people like to speculate on, there's always the looming fear that Netmarble is going to go for the cash tier 3 and try to screw us by choosing Apocalypse. This would sort of make sense in a way because, well, he's a mutant, but also because he is combat, and we've gotten Double Blast. Before that, we've got Universal, and then we got Combat, and then we got Universal. So I think the next tier 3 either has to be a speed type or possibly could be a combat type. So my my gut is saying it might be Apocalypse, but I think it would be very cool if they did a cheaper, an 800 free-to-play, like farmable character tier 3 this time around, whether it's Cyclops or Rogue. I mean, Cyclops doesn't actually make sense because he's a blast type, and we wouldn't get 3 out of 4 blast types, yeah, in the last 4 tier 3s. Rogue is my choice. That's my answer. I really hope that they're going to give Rogue her tier 3 for this update, or another speed type character, but I really hope it's Rogue. Rogue needs a huge buff, but she could be an amazing, very strong character for pretty much everyone to use. She's so unique because she's a tanky speed type, which is rare, and she's also dealing physical damage, but she has some energy as well. She's got the energy absorption. She's got the whole, you know, touch you and take your powers type thing. So they could possibly change or add on to her tier 2 passive or her 4-star. They could change her 4-star passive and make it like Captain Marvel's tier 2 buff, so that she can take advantage of really strong obelisks or CTPs more effectively. I would honestly love a super juiced out powerful Rogue who can go toe-to-toe with like tier 3 Doctor Strange and tier 3 Jean Grey, just so that we can try to calm down some of this bullshit in PvP with Jean Grey. And it would also be really cool if Rogue had some sort of, not necessarily a counter, but if she was good against Captain Marvel, because as we all know, they have a bit of history between the two as well. So that is the sort of sneak peek before the sneak peek for this next update. It's looking like it's absolutely going to be an X-Men update. It's a bit early for an X-Men update because 3 updates ago we had another X-Men update, and then 2 updates before that we had another X-Men update. So this is the 3rd X-Men update in the last like 8 or 9 updates. I just said update a lot. I know on the one hand some of you guys don't like X-Men when they're featured in updates because there's quite a few characters that either are paywall with X-Gene sub or they're only purchasable via crystals. But I personally really love the X-Men. There's so much nostalgia for me there as a kid. I grew up watching the show, and so I can't shake the feeling that I get giddy when I think of the X-Men. I just want them all in the game. I don't really care. I could have 10 X-Men updates in a row. I just want them because they're so cool and because they're a team, man. And yeah, if we get some X-Men themed updates, that would be amazing too. So hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat, and the rest of the X-Men. What is going to happen? If it's not X-Men Gold, what run are they going to pull inspiration from? All you super comic book heads, let me know. Subscribe if you enjoy the content, you want to support me. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again later today